Hey there you guys, it is me, RandomJosh, and I'm back again with another face mask Friday video. As you can tell, we have got on a fair amount of makeup. So this is my look, which is inspired by angels, because if you didn't know, today, which is the 29th of November, is the release date here in the UK of Charlie's Angels. I've always been a big fan of Charlie's Angels, so I'm super excited for a new version to come out. Don't know what to expect fully yet, but I just thought I'd do a little bit of an angelic look. It's really simple, it's just a nice simple cut crease, grayscale with a nice white wing. I was going to put a little bit more detail in, but I know what I'm like and I will mess it up. So really nice, really easy, and really simple. So I hope that you enjoy following along with this look. Alrighty there guys, so we are going to be starting this tutorial off. We've already got our base face covered up, and we're just jumping in with the Morphe eyeshadow primer base. This is in translucent, so I'm just applying this on there and then working that into the skin using my fingers, just because it's easier to use those, and why not? So yeah, you just want to make sure that that's all blended through and that, you know, you've got a nice seamless finish to the eyes there. And then we're actually going to be jumping in very shortly with a bit of a different object, and this is using some sellotape, and I've just cut little teeny strips off and I'm just placing those underneath the eyes, and this is just to help kind of carve out the area where the eyeshadow should stop. So I've done that to both eyes there, as you can see, which is cool. And now we're jumping in with the Beauty Bay EYN palette and using a curved, an angled eyeshadow brush, and just going in with the shade Urban, which is the lighter of the grey mattes, and just, yeah, slowly building that colour through the crease and using it as pretty much like a transitional shade, and smoking that out as we kind of go along with it. So yeah, just working that through the bone structure of my eyes essentially, and trying to really achieve that blend while getting a decent amount of colour out of it. You don't need to get ridiculous amounts of colour out of it, so that is the good part of this, is that you kind of just, you know, get a nice base down. And now just taking a normal fluffy blending brush and taking that slightly darker shade, which is actually called Throw Shade. So yeah, we're just taking that through the crease and just trying to do a bit more of a controlled blend through that, so making sure that the colour is packing in that area, and then buffing that into the rest of the eyeshadow there. So just deepening out that crease and also getting the outer corner a little bit more so. Yeah, so you want the main depth of the colour there to just really like reside on that outer corner, and then buff it through to the inner corner so that it's more subtle, and like less harsh and things like that. And just, yeah, really kind of do this slowly and make sure that you're essentially getting the right amount of the shade on, because you can always add more and add depth as you go along. And I was also kind of using, you see the line there, just to kind of amp up the outer part of that, so darkening right up there pretty much towards my eyebrow. I thought this just gave it a little bit more cat eye feel to it, which was cool. And now we're just going in with some Revolution concealer, and this is a specific one for doing cut creases, and this is in the shade Canvas, as it is literally pure white. So just, yeah, taking a small little brush there and just slowly applying it. So the way that I do this is I essentially apply a small amount and then using, as you can see there, the back of the brush, just to kind of make sure that we've got that blend, just because you don't want to overpack too much concealer on your eye, because then it looks very cakey and you want a kind of flat look almost. So yeah, and then doing the exact same, carving out the kind of inner corner through to the like midsection, but obviously leaving that outer corner with the original eyeshadow on it still. And you just want to try and blend the outer corner in with the concealer there a little bit, just so it kind of merges and looks like it flows a little bit better. So now taking the shade Delicate, which is just a light little shade there, just to essentially cover over the concealer and make sure that it's set in place. Now this is a little bit more skin toned, so it kind of goes from white to nude, which of course you can leave at that if you just want a matte angelic look, but I obviously, you know me, I'm a little bit extra, so I actually went in with the shade there, Ice, and this just helps to pretty much amp up the look, give that kind of brightness to the eyes and that really nice like shimmer and shine to it that just makes you like, oh yeah. But yeah, so just basically packing that through the eye there, trying to get every little nook and cranny, which is a little bit of a task, but if you use a smaller brush, it just gives you that little bit more control over where you place the eyeshadows. Next, I'm going in with this L'Oreal eyeliner in the shade White, as you can see. Now, I'm not the best at eyeliner. I do not, like, it's honestly one of my dreaded parts of makeup. I very, very rarely use it, but this tutorial pretty much called for that white liner. And to be fair, the fact of with the tape being under the eyes, it really does help you control like that sharp line almost. So it's still a little bit on the messier side, but you know, that is my literal, you know, life right there. But yeah, you just kind of want to wing it out. I think I started mostly from like the center of the eye, because anything over the actual eye itself is not really going to be seen because of the white on white, but I wanted to do white because it obviously just amped up this look and kind of gave a, you know, like an angelic wing effect. So yeah, you can be a little bit rough when it comes to the point with regards to like the bottom part, but you need to try and make sure that you do the like top part of it as symmetrical and straight as possible, which is what I was struggling to do, as you can probably see. It took a few kind of going over and going backwards and forwards between them just to get the correct look. So now we're finished on the top half of the eye. You can feel free to pull the tape off. You can see it kind of removed a little bit of my makeup. Probably should do this before putting all your base on, but I just never have done that way around, so I always do my base and then do the remainder of like my eyeshadows after. That's just the way that I do it, but obviously everyone does their stuff differently. So yeah, now we're just taking a small little smudger brush there and basically working through those grey shades into the underside of our eye. So first starting over the entire eye with Urban, and then focusing a teeny little bit on the outer side with the shade Throw Shade, just to kind of connect all of this together and give it a really nice, seamless almost finish. As you can see, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, just going in with Throw Shade now, just to darken that outer corner a little bit and really connect it with the rest of the makeup. So that is the eyeshadow portion of this video done, but now we're just going to add on to our eyebrows. Yeah, normal standard eyebrows that I do pretty much every single time. Got to sort those lashes out, so jumping in with some mascara and essentially dropping those down, and we're going in with some Indigo Rosé lashes. These are the new ones in Empower. These are huge and I think they really look awesome with this look. I think it just kind of makes it that little bit more of a boom and a pop. I love it. And now we're actually going in with something I got from the last video that we posted, I think, or the second to last, or whatever it was. And this is the lip pencil in the shade Chauffeur. This is from Revolution. Just because it's a really nice nude shade, it's very neutral, and I just love the shade of lipstick. As you can see, this is Chauffeur. And yeah, so we just wanted to overline those slightly, just so that they're not too dramatic, but just a little bit more of an oomph. As you can see, nice and pretty. And of course, finishing up with some highlight, and this is Jeffree Star in Ice Cold. I need to get the new ones. Living for the highlight, you know me. So just applying that to my cheekbones, my nose. I think we went on the forehead as well. I don't know why I amped up my highlight for this one, but we kind of just went a little bit over the top with highlight, but hey ho, stunning. I'm just taking that little bit of highlight on the little finger there and just popping that on the inner corners, just to give your eyes an overall pop of brightness. Beautiful. Right, so this is the finished product. I'm super happy with this actually. I definitely think, you know, having the tape under the eyes helps so much. I mean, it does pull your makeup off under your eyes, but it's fine, you can fix that, it's easy. But it just helps you to get those like clean lines and everything. That is nice. Look at it, point on fleek. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and remember, Charlie's Angels comes out today, the 29th of November, in cinemas around the UK, so make sure you're checking that out. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see each and every one of you guys in the next video. Peace out, bitches!